There you go. Oh, hi, girl. What's happening, ladies? Ladies want some wine. Yeah, they're $47.
That's in theaters now. And as we see these posters right here, now one of my favorite movies I found in the 40s. Now there is no poster for it here, but I brought a clip from it and see if you guys can recognize this film.
I have the room ready for you and Mrs. Barrington.
Thank you, Wilford.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrington.
Not quite, darling, but soon. Very, very soon.
The oldest stage on our property. This right here is stage 28. That was built back in 1925. It was the home to the Paris Guild of Television as well. We are NBC Universal, but that also includes MSNBC, CNBC, the Weather Channel, the Golf Channel, the Sci-Fi Channel.
I wanted to become a filmmaker.
Action!
I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up in adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great. I have created this 3D. This is on, everybody.
Up on the tour that we're going to be entering right now, guys. This is our trans. Now, in movies like the Bourne series of films and Fast and Furious, the drivers that drive these cars, they do some pretty amazing stunts. But Tokyo Drift, which was the third in a series of films from the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Systems check. This one's for real, guys, so watch out. And action!
And cut. Now this right here is Carnage and Karma. Boys, why don't you take a bow? You guys got any other cool moves you can show up for us today? As you know, Mother Nature does not stop. Really bad rainstorm. Well, the chances of us having rains there pretty much zero. We're not going to wait around and waste precious time hoping that it rains. Let's go ahead and put rain weather on a set like we're going to demonstrate in this portion of next.
Oh, flop.
Yeah, just how easily weather's created on a set. To Mexico that we're on right now, we're using the movie Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It was seen in the animated movie Hop. There we go.
You're about to be crowned the Easter Bunny.
Look, Dad, I want to drum in a band. I want to see the world.
Maybe the Easter Bunny sees every country in one night.
Oh, really, Dad? What about China?
Oh, it's Canada.
6 roads that are combining and intersecting in the one street we're on right now. And they would fill up the 6 movies at a time on these streets because they were silent movies and it didn't matter how much noise they were making. These were the first films that Universal opened its doors to the public and to watch movies being made. Now we still film westerns here to this day, as you can see.
That we were on the scene where the creature has captured water cave. They had forgotten to heat the water, and it was November, so it was so cold. So we had
to bring the cast and crew, or the crew, to Skull Island in the movie King Kong. Now what they do is they film the miniature against the miniature set that we'll see here up on the left, and they'll combine that with footage of the actors. A lot of those props that were stored in there got their start in this area that we're entering right now, which is known as the Court. It is a Stanley Kubrick's classic film, Spartacus. At one point, they transformed Little Europe into the town of Tortuga for the Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean movies. They filmed Curb Your Enthusiasm here. Universal, without mentioning the Court of Miracles off on the right side, the birthplace of the classic Universal horror monster.
When you think of Universal, we think of monsters.
Dracula, Frankenstein,
Wolfman.
right?
I want to see a bad guy like this again.
That's it. That area that you saw right there is a working replica of a San Francisco subway station. There are 2 floors to that sound stage that we just went in on there. The upstairs is usually only reserved when they need that building. It didn't happen for us that time. We're going to try and go back through again and see if we can get that again. And give you a little bit of an idea of what it's like when they are using the pyrotechnic effects inside that building. So hopefully that'll give us a chance to go. shots, and I showed you guys the scene from Bones as we were entering there. What's going on? Now, one of the benefits of filming out of background, like we've been driving out, is that we can go anywhere in the world we need to by just going a couple hundred feet different directions. So from San Francisco now we arrive a little island off the coast of the Atlantic Ocean known as Amity. Now, there are sharks out in these waters, but we have divers out there keeping things safe for us. This allows us to come closer to the dock and the water here and give you guys a look at the town of Amity. Diver stays down in his cage, he'll be completely, there he goes, he's gonna be fine down there, he knows what he's, oh this may not have been the best idea bringing you guys out here. You know what, I'm gonna have Barry pull the tram here a little bit forward. We're gonna get behind this pier here, and if there are more sharks, they'll stay out in the deeper water on the other side of the dock. problems.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time.
The shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
Right there off on the left to the blue brick house right there on the right. That's Bree Vandecamp's home, played by Marcia Cross. And Felicity Huffman's character Lynette Scavo used to live in that green home right there off on the left. Out of all these homes, the only house that is a little bit different is this pink house coming up here on the left side of the tram, and this is why it's called a practical set. I mean, we could go inside there and film in every single room. For any of the other ladies, anytime you saw the inside of their house,
Appreciate it. It's a good neighbor.
Wisteria Lane, guys, is if you find somewhere in the United States, but a lot of times the filmmakers are facing the challenge of having to create a brand new neighborhood from the ground up. Now, there's nowhere in the world they can find it, so they have to build.
You're as kind of lay as a cactus, and as charming as an eel.
Greasy black
And as you see, all the who's they got up and left because they found out that their next door neighbor, he ended up being a complete and utter psycho. Oh, the Psycho House, two of the oldest sets still standing in Hollywood.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
That's Norman Bates himself. So let's let him go about finishing what he handled this. Hold on a second. Look at your beautiful house up there. So you go finish what you were doing. We'll get out of your way here. Hold on, Barry, get us out of here, buddy. Everyone just wave and smile at the crazy man stalking the tram here.
Is all designed around
Known as Falls Lake, one of the world's largest freestanding set areas.
Grass in the town and the sea? My goodness. So by now, you guessing around here stuff isn't always what it seems, or where it seems. The universal backlot can double as basically a car. What about the middle of the ocean? Okay, Miss Uppity Smarty.
And now we're entering the last section of the backlot tour, some set pieces originally designed to be used in the making of the Mummy film. Got one last thing for you guys.
Well, I can't believe it. We've made it to the...
All right.
Come on.
Have a tram taxi.